I am Timothy Cox, and this is The Vindicator, a case for the conscious. I am awake, here within brown skin. I am conscious of my place and aware of my surroundings, the slow pace of the city, the scowl and grimace of the streets of St. Clair, in Glenville, across Kinsman, and through the heart of East Cleveland, was seeking a callous way to deaden my consciousness and weary my step. But I am awake. Another morning in Cleveland and all along the RTA lines and through the main thoroughfares, I can hear and see and experience the city awaken. Yet I find here the stagnation in the calm of Cleveland and speak here to make my case for the conscious. Young men and women of color, called together by rhythm and reason, by land and season, by status and region, by organization and religion, constructs of society, are within themselves a diverse band of kinship and community. While local news would have the onlooker believe that we are all to be bunched and clustered into one large brown accumulation, the harmony of our collective identities and the dissonance of our irrefutable discord lingers here in this city, in our culture, our music, our systems of belief, and those organizations for which we choose to stand. A case for the conscious, so often marginalized behind the media, behind the glare of what you may find on BET or 107.9 FM, closeted in the halls and corners of the city's universities and colleges. We are here in an age where knowledge hasn't the appeal of the beat, and wisdom is barren on the television screen. Here, a case for the conscious, that in communion and conversation we may come together in the spirit of W.E.B. Du Bois's talented 10th and look not to the esoteric and detached work of unnecessary scholarly pursuit, but rather back to our own people and reflect the pain in their eyes in our work, walk along the paths they followed, foot bloodied by the journey, and in the tongue of the blues, speak of the many youth we've lost to inner city violence and disease. James Baldwin once wrote, "To be black and conscious in America is to be in a constant state of rage." Rage has a means of wearying he who holds it. Anger has a way of burning him who keeps it in his heart. And there is a fire within. Yes, the rising fires over Ferguson surrounding the killing of Mike Brown. The fire in D'Angelo's voice on his latest record, Black Messiah. The fire in Ava DuVernay's Selma are touchstones for the conscious and common threads to be woven to knit together a community of like-minded individuals at the seams, there put together by the compassionate sister Afro on high and the art-conscious brother setting up open mics for the young. There must be community. And strive though I might, it's hard to open minds in Cleveland, Ohio. Testing my artistic license, I look to those who have weathered the storms of these east side streets and find strength in accepting a role and accepting a responsibility and seeing to it I have done all that I can for those in need. The distractions along this path are many. The over-sexualized image of the plastic face and plastic-bodied video model is littered through the social media we find. Some perverse estimation of what black female beauty really is. And the corner boy portrayed as an ape pent up on being king of his corner of the cage. A terrible misrepresentation of the casualties and victims of the war on drugs. I can see the trap clearly, but rather than testing the latch, I ask, why not, young brothers, step out of the trap and its mindset altogether? The enslaved black mind rages against itself and finds no solace. All the while, the university would convince me that scholastic study as far away from the concerns of my people would be to my greatest benefit. Better that I have a check in my pocket to be quieted by the knowledge of self. Better that the pigs stay fat and happy than have those hungry for knowledge, for consciousness, for love, and for community pull scraps from that fat pig's table and spread these morsels of thoughts through the slums they've created in this city. Sarcasm has no resolution. A case for the conscious. Black and proud to be black. Black and in the understanding of black beauty, I am awake. While the city sleeps in its complacency, I am awake. These Cleveland streets bear strange fruit, a festering sore on the consciousness of a community. I want to work and work harder. I will stand with my people and in the reflection of their eyes see my own. From whence I have risen, I will surely return. Here, tangled in a web of confusion on the east side of Cleveland, I make a case for the conscious and awake. Don't turn back to your slumber and safety. We must organize and organize well, and encounter the danger that lies here in a free country for the crime of having an open mind. And we will be convicted on the charge of free thinking, the charge of feeding the starving minds of the streetwise youth and assuaging their hunger pangs. A case for the conscious.